What's up, Schmoedown fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. I'm former Star Wars champion ANdrew Dimalanta.
I'm Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta.
We'll get to it.
Spoiler alert. If you haven't watched these matches this week.
And excuse me if I cough into the mic or something. I'm finding this weird, don't want to call it a cold because it doesn't feel like a cold.
Maybe it's allergies.
I don't know.
I don't know what it is, but you better stop it. Like,
I've been trying to
get over it.
Trying to get over it all day. That's why I'm wearing a hoodie.
Yeah. Don't want to be chilly.
Yeah. Anyways, 5 matches?
4?
4 matches?
I think.
Something like that. But before we get into the matches, we do have a big news to go over.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate news.
Yeah.
Especially to me because, because Nerd Chronic, Eric, is stepping away from the Schmoedown, which means he's not going to be editing for the Schmoedown.
Right.
And he's stepping away for personal reasons, which
I totally understand.
Totally understand and fully support. Good luck to whatever you do, man. Because I've said it many times, and I said it in my tweet when I heard the news that his work has been a great inspiration for me as an editor. Because that man works magic, and the Schmoedown will never be the same without him.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just whoever, if they hire like one person in his place or a couple people, I don't know how it works or how it's going to work, but I feel like all anybody can do at this point is just try to emulate what he's done
exactly
already.
Because like it's one thing when competitors start to leave, it's like it's not going to be the same without him, but they'll find this is huge. This is something that for the past several years, like he's defined the emotion of
he is
matches.
Pervasive in the Schmoedown.
So it's going to be hard to whoever starts editing promos or stuff like that. It's gonna be some big shoes to fill because he's such a wizard at what he does, and just to have that kind of vision as an editor, it's hard to find. It's very hard to find.
He's gonna be sorely missed in that position. I'm sure he'll still be involved. How could he not?
Yeah.
But just the fact that he's stepping away, it's a damn shame, but also I understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take care of yourself. I don't know if he's gonna be watching this, but take care of yourself because that comes first at 100%.
Absolutely, we will always back not just players, but anybody involved in the Schmoedown that want to take has.
I'm just gonna back mental health in general all the time,
absolutely.
all the time, every time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, should he come back, we'll welcome him with open effing arms. But yeah, his presence in the editing arena will be sorely missed.
Yes,
but we do love him and we understand and we support. So
Who they find to release him? I don't know.
It's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it'll work out.
It'll work out. They'll find somebody.
Yeah, and it kind of works out that we're heading towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
There's a little break. You can kind of scout things out and make some plans. I'm not sure what it means for Spectacular because Spectacular, usually promos are pretty epic.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. Because, and I think at least 2 of these matches that we're talking about today
Didn't have promos.
Yeah. And we'll talk about why for the last match. I'll mention that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we get it. I understand.
Yeah.
Totally understand. It'll be fine. It'll
Good
work
luck to
out.
you, Eric.
Things work out.
Love and support you, man.
Of course, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, let's go ahead and get into the matches.
Our first match. We have a singles match in the tournament. We have Mike Killer. The Killer. Yes. Almost a KO.
Which one is it? Nope. There we go.
We got there.
Finally got there.
We effing did it.
Yeah.
Mike the Killer Kalinowski of Corruption going up against Janine the Machine of the Stars. Round 1, they both miss a Titanic quote. It's okay. Probably haven't watched it in a while. I know I haven't. I've seen it.
I haven't at all.
Hasn't. The rare movie, the rare time when it's flip-flop that I've seen it and he hasn't.
I think I hold a grudge against it because it came out the same year as Phantom Menace, and it got more attention than the Phantom Menace. I was a stupid teenager, like, what? Leonardo DiCaprio. So I kind of hold this stupid little grudge against it. I think that's why I haven't watched it yet.
I never knew that. Oh my goodness. Wow.
God, I was 12, 13 when Phantom Menace came out? 99?
You're like, how dare he?
Yeah, because
there's no Jedi on that ship.
Exactly. I was like, it's not Star Wars.
Wow, you learn something new every day, ladies and gents. Mike missed a question about the naked gun. Janine, funny. I wrote Janine and it autocorrected it to Machine. Schmoedown in my phone much. Machine, Janine, the machine, missed a Dennis Quaid question. Oh, because she wrote it down, but she didn't finish writing it.
Oh, yeah,
and it was
right.
kind of like a Jane Fonda type situation. Kind of. Because Janine's got very nice handwriting, but she just didn't finish writing it.
You can tell she was trying to get there. It's just like, we can't accept it because it's like...
Yeah. I wonder if it was ran out of time. Should have used a JTE.
I think she should have...
Who knows?
Yeah.
But she clearly
C'est la
knew
vie.
it. She was going for it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then she missed the question about the time machine. Okay. 5-6 in favor of Mike at the end of round 1. Round 2, Mike gets opponent's choice.
Woof.
He gets given classics. I think Janine likes him. He goes to multiple choice once. Well, actually twice, and they were both missed and they were both stolen.
Oof. 3 times a lady?
Kind of, because he had a 2-point miss, and that was stolen. So
Yeah.
it was once, twice, 3 times a lady. So yeah, that was not the way you wanted to go, but it happened. Janine goes. She spins the 1990. She goes to multiple choice one time, got it right. Now it's 8-16 in favor of Janine. Oh, round 3. Oh, right, round 3. 2-pointer for Mike. Disney. James Woods provides the voice of the main villain in what 1997 animated Disney film? Hercules. Got it. I don't think I just feel like it's hard to say that name without at least doing that or thinking that. 3-pointer from Mike. Musicals. It's crazy.
Yeah,
when it rains, it pours.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
just like, yeah.
Who plays Ulla? Don't know if I got autocorrected there. A Swedish woman that Max hires as a secretary in 2005's The Producers.
Uma Thurman.
The bride herself, right? Uma Thurman. He did miss it. So with that, 10-16 in favor of Janine with a TKO.
Wow. And these two have been dancing back and forth throughout the history of
they had
their little rivalry.
They had a wild exchange on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah. Because this has been going on not for just this season, but like dates back several seasons, this conflict and this rivalry that they've had. And Janine, it just seemed everything
went her way.
and everything went against Mike this day because it was like it's a Schmoedown wanted Janine to win this one.
It feels like it, man.
Yeah, it was like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, nothing went Mike's way. You
Yeah.
get opponent's choice, you get given classics.
Yeah.
You know that it's a strength of hers.
Yeah.
And then the 2 questions that you managed to get in round 3 are both, I mean, obviously there's no steals, but they're both like Janine-like categories. I think Janine likes Disney. I think she likes musicals.
Yeah.
It just was like, oh my God, this match just has Janine written all over it.
Yeah.
Like it was just written in the stars.
Written in the stars. This is the 3rd time they've met in
That's a
the
good
ring,
question.
and it's like, nope, Mike's not going to get the one up on her this time. And to TKO him is like, wow.
That was a gigantic statement.
Yeah.
But Janine, this season for her, she's been
she's been crushing it this
she's
season.
been really crushing it.
She's having this season that everybody's been expecting, like, for the longest time. I've been saying it. It's like, when is she going to get her break? When is she going to go on that run that everybody knows that she's capable of?
Right.
And she's finally getting that season.
Right.
So,
picking up some of that momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I know that a lot of in past seasons it's been like, oh, Janine just has bad luck. She's such a great competitor.
Yeah, and I was getting to the point where it's like, how much of it is it bad luck and how much of it is just like, that's the player she might be. But then this season comes around, it's like,
oh,
whoa,
there she is.
There she is.
Okay.
Finally, there it is.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that Janine is finally getting that stride that everybody expected her to get on.
Oh yeah, and she looks comfortable. I think she was trading barbs with him during the match at one point. Like, I feel like there were some times that she really wanted to lay into him. She probably could have.
Yeah.
But I don't think that that's really her style.
Yeah.
I mean, she gave it back as good as she got it.
I think she used to be that way when Jay was managing her.
Yeah.
But now that she's on a different faction, she's a different mindset. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe she just needed a different person in her corner to keep her focused.
Maybe.
Who knows? But yeah, I like the style of play out of her. I like that she's succeeding, and it does. And on the other hand, Mike is just. I don't think Mike is too crushed about this loss.
No, because I believe in his post-match interview, he was like, "This isn't even my main."
Yeah, exactly.
My main gig, this is just kind of I dabble in singles kind of thing. And I think that he and Shannon were saying something about, hey man, you got the one up on me today. Good for you. And then it was the kind of thing where it's like, well, now you're going up against the dungeon in Dan Murrell. And it's like, Go ahead. Hope you win that too. Hope you take out the dungeon so they don't get those points,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like, yeah, do my dirty work for me. I'm gonna sit back and relax.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of what they were saying at some points during their post-match interview.
Yeah.
But he wasn't too
'cause-
messed up about it.
Yeah, because now he doesn't have to split his attention. Now he gets to focus all his attention on defending the belt at Spectacular? Question mark.
Yeah, who
Because
knows what's
we haven't
going on.
heard about what's happening with Chandru yet.
Who knows what's going
So
on there?
and Spectacular is what, less than a month away now? About a month away?
Yeah.
Nervous laughs. We'll get to that. We'll get to it. So if
Yeah, you're right. It is less than a month away.
so if that thing is, if what Chandru says is true, that's less than a month. God, Mike will have to defend the belt if this is
real.
true. If this is real, and Mike defends against Chandru again, and then has a turn. So whoever comes out on top of this theoretical IG title match, they're gonna have less than 2 weeks to prepare for a live title defense.
It's wild. It's just
So
it's so weird.
I still don't believe it.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for like Paul to come out and be like, nope, I'm doing this,
or
whatever.
for like Krishna to come out, or
Yeah,
for even
'cause
Grace to come out and be like, well, I don't know, because Grace is obviously not a fan of corruption. She might be like, yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
do it, you know.
So we'll see what happens with that. But so now he can just focus all on IG now, and I don't blame him because, like he said, this isn't his field. Like to jump from IG to singles is a really hard jump.
Well, yes. Okay, so on that note, we heard, I believe it was Thomas Harper, who said something that I was like, about singles and teams, and I was like, damn, he just said that. He was like, I think he made a point that there's really not a big difference between singles and teams. Singles is singles, teams is just singles with a friend.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it's an apt description. There's on the surface, yeah, it's singles with a friend, but there's so much more that goes into.
There's more
succeeding.
nuance that goes
Yeah, there's
into
no more nuances.
strategy.
To compete in teams, it's like, yeah, you just rely on a friend, but to be successful and to be a champion in teams requires a whole different mindset.
Exactly.
But to his point, yeah, jumping between singles and teams, it's kind of like
it's kind of the same knowledge pool. I mean, not even kind of. It is the same knowledge
It's the same knowledge pool. But jumping between others from the singles and teams to a specialty division like IG or Star Wars,
that's insane.
We've heard Rachel Cushing say, like, when she competed in several different matches, she would have to turn that switch in her brain, like, all right, now I'm thinking in IG because jumping from those divisions to a specialty division, the questions get more detailed. You have to focus a little bit more. And then jumping from IG to Star Wars, we've only seen one competitor jump from IG to Star Wars, and that's Ace. And his run in IG was very short lived.
Right, and then we've only seen one competitor go from Star Wars to IG
and
in
Alex
Mr. Damon.
Yeah, and Alex has done well in IG.
He has,
but I think next season he kind of steers away from IG if he wants to be serious about being title contention again.
Yeah,
and he's not far from title contention. He's one of those players where he's maybe win two matches, finds his way back to a title shot.
Right. It's just incredibly hard. It burns you out.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying, like, when these rookies come in, it's like, I'm going to play in all four divisions. Like,
it's like, all right, let's see it.
Slow down.
I thought there was one person on the exchange who was like, I can be in all four. It's like, do it. I want to see it.
I think it was
Haas?
It was Haas, and it's like,
I don't know. Like, all right, bro, do it.
Try, man, because their burnout is a huge thing.
I can't even imagine. And being successful, like you said.
And being successful, because to be successful in any division is hard enough. Try to be successful in 3 or 4 divisions. That's
insane.
Burnout is a thing. I play in one division, I got burned out.
Yeah, so, that's very true.
Yeah, so I understand that Mike's not too heartbroken about this, but like now Janine gets to move on to the tournament.
And also he gets to cry into the belt on his shoulder. Exactly. So he's doing okay.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine.
But now we get to see Janine go up against Dan Merle. We thought Mike was going to be a good test for her. This is going to be a massive test. If she can pull out a win against Dan Merle of all people.
Dan hasn't really had too much luck in tournaments, but still.
But this is where the conversation comes in. Is Janine over Mike an upset? I don't see it as one.
I think a lot of people will say it is.
I think in the manner that she, much like how you beat Alex last week. Yeah, last week.
I don't even know what day it is.
Wow, yeah, but when your win against Alex, it's like it wasn't so much the fact that you beat him. It's the manner that you beat him. I think it's the same for Janine. It's like we can all see Janine beating Mike.
Yeah.
But to TKO Mike, it's like, ooh.
Yeah.
So it's teetering on the edge for upset for me.
Me too. Because
But
also
yeah.
we saw him get taken out by Perry last year too.
Yeah.
So it's we've seen it before, and it's not to like discredit the win at all.
Yeah.
But it's like in the conversation of, is it an upset? I think that the vast majority of people are going to say yes.
Yeah.
But like you said, the audience support of Janine has always been there.
Yeah.
You know, she's the best competitor to never do this. She's the best competitor to do this, and blah blah blah. And to not have, you know, this many wins, or or have a belt, whatever.
So we're all.
So everybody's in agreement that she's a fantastic player. But I think that we were talking about it the other day, and it's like, but you don't get to have your cake and eat it too, and be like, wow, best competitor to not have a belt, best competitor to, you know, not win that match. And you don't get to talk about somebody that way and then call something like this an upset. You can't. I mean, if you are an elite competitor, the people are talking about you like you're an elite competitor, and then you beat another elite competitor. That's just two titans clashing. It's I would have a trouble calling that an upset.
Yeah.
But statistically speaking, this probably is an upset.
Yeah,
I would have to agree.
Yeah, because I think we both agreed this off air when we were talking about, like, once you get to that level of elite player,
right,
you don't really get to cry upset on certain things.
You get upset. You don't do them anymore.
Yeah.
Once you get to a certain level, you don't do any more upsets. You just maybe get upset, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I would say this is a massive statement win just because she TKO'd him.
Right.
But I want to continue this conversation when she goes up against Dan.
Oh, yeah.
If she pulls off the win against Dan, do we call that an upset? Because
there are Dan Murrell.
There are elite players, and then Bibiani coined this, I think. Then there are legacy players. Dan Murrell is most definitely
that
a legacy
sounds cool
player.
As hell.
So
yeah, that would definitely be an upset.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think there's too many people that could go up against Dan and it wouldn't be an upset.
That's true.
I mean, maybe if like Marisol played him because she's currently holding the belt. Maybe if like an Ethan Irwin played him, you have trouble calling those upset. But it's Dan Murrell, who is widely accepted as the GOAT.
Yeah,
the GOAT. You know, he's the GOAT. So you know, yeah, he gets upset if he gets beaten.
Yeah,
unfortunately for him. But yeah, no, I do. I would feel bad saying no, there's not an upset. But everybody, I mean, we all are in agreement that Janine's a fantastic player. So I just have a hard time, you know, having your cake and eating it too. Yeah. Like, oh, she's so amazing. She's so good. Wow, what a big upset. It's like, but she's so good.
Yeah.
So it's almost kind of like discrediting her talent. I don't know. Who knows? I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who like, they do like Vegas odds and stuff. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, conversations can be had about this. Your opinion is your opinion. I just don't see it. I see it as a massive statement win. Just the fact that she TKO'd Mike.
For sure.
But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next match.
What do we get?
Starts with voice cracks.
Oh, next match.
Second puberty.
Oh, we got the press room. We got the press room of the Mercs. Oh, it's a team's tournament match. Semifinals? We got the press room, which is, of course, Joshua, the Carpathian Horowitz, and Scary Perry Nemiroff going up against Danger Zone of the Dungeon, which is, of course, Ben the Boss Bateman and the GOAT, Dangerous Dan Murrell. Let me start off this by saying that I hope Ben is doing well in his recovery.
Yeah
I cannot believe that he's up and walking after having spine surgery.
Yeah, because this probably was recorded before he got surgery. He's probably in a lot of pain.
It was definitely before he had surgery. Yeah. But I can only imagine that he was putting on a brave face because he had to have been hurting. Because I doubt it was. I feel like it had to have been filmed relatively close.
Yeah, that MRI that he posted is like, whoa, dude.
How were you walking?
Yeah, how are you
existing?
Yeah.
So hopefully he's doing okay. He just posted a picture with his mom, and his mom, I don't know where his mom lives, but like I guess she flew in and was helping him during his recovery. And like he like just put her on a plane to fly her back, and it was adorable. The picture was cute. And I'm like, oh, Mama Bateman. So cute. Mom boss. So
Mom boss.
Round one. Boss mom. Round one. Josh missed a question about Alita Battle Angel.
Oh, he just said Battle Angel.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he didn't have the full title.
Whoops.
All berries.
All berries. Perry and Ben missed a question about Pale Rider. That's what they called me in high school. No, it wasn't. I don't know what's wrong with me. Perry missed the movie release date question. Something about James Cameron, too. Mm-hmm. Dan and Ben missed a question. Both Dan and Ben missed a question about James Wan. And then Dan missed a question about Rick Moranis. Name always makes me laugh. 11-12 now in favor of Danger Zone. Round 2. The press room spins Spinach Choice. They decided to take new releases to nobody's real surprise.
Yeah. They're really good in that category.
They go to multiple choice twice. They got them both. Good round.
Yep.
Danger Zone goes. They spin Away from Disaster. Worked Out. They spin Tyler Perry. I think one of them likes it. I think one of them likes Tyler Perry pictures a bit, you know. They go to multiple choice one time, but they got it right. 21-23 now in favor of Danger Zone. Round 3. 2-pointer for, I shortened their names and I put press room as PR. And every time I see PR, I think Puerto Rico. So this is going to be hard to not say that. Press room. They get remakes and reboots. Perry takes it. What actor took over the role of Scotty in 2009's Star Trek? Simon Pegg. She got it.
Unkar himself. 2-pointer.
Don't give away answers.
If you don't know who plays Unkar Plutt in The Force Awakens by now,
don't show my cards. 2-pointer for Danger Zone. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because every time I see DZ, I think Discovery Zone, and
you
I
don't
feel
think
like
Dragon Ball?
No.
Oh, that's DBZ. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ignore it.
No,
Ignore it.
I think I've mentioned this before that DZ always makes me think of Discovery Zone. Do you remember that place when you were a kid? DZ, this Discovery Zone, DZ, where kids want to be.
Yes.
That's what I always think of when I see DZ.
Yes.
And I always wanted to have a birthday party there. I don't remember if I ever did.
I don't think I ever.
I think I went to a birthday party there. Anyways, 2-pointer for Danger Zone. New releases. Ben takes it. Bob Odenkirk stars as Hutch Mansell, a former government assassin for the CIA in what 2021 action film? Nobody. Got it. 3-pointer for Press Room. 2010's Joshua's taken it. Who plays Master Sergeant Farrell, the head of J Squad in Edge of Tomorrow?
Took his time with it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Quit playing games with my heart, Josh.
Quit playing games. Yeah, it was Bill Paxton.
He's a very careful player. I keep forgetting that how careful he is with his gameplay.
Yeah, because it's always like, oh no, he's taking so long. Does that mean he doesn't know it?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, he's just being careful and good for him. He doesn't need to answer fast.
Yeah.
He got it right. Bill Paxton. Wasn't he True Lies, the car salesman?
Yes?
I think that was him. R.I.P., I think.
Yeah. Yes.
3-pointer for Danger Zone, Black Cinema. This is obviously Dan. Albert and Alan Hughes directed Lorenz Tate, Keith David, and Chris Tucker in this 1995 drama that chronicles the life of a character named Anthony Curtis. He did miss it.
Ooh.
Dead Presidents? Never heard of it.
Nope.
5-pointer for Danger Zone, 1990s. What 1990s comedic drama features supporting performances by Laura Linney, Natasha McElhone, Paul Giamatti, and Noah Emmerich? The Truman Show. They got it.
I forgot that was 90s?
Yeah, I didn't say what specific year. It just said what 1990s comedic drama.
I always forget that it was a 90s film.
Oh my God.
I thought it was closer to 2000.
I don't know if Paige for Betty watches the show, but I love her.
Yeah,
she just texted me.
She just messaged me too. Keep looking. It's like, oh, there she is.
Damn, girl. 5-pointer for Press Room, Westerns.
Woof.
Joe Johnston directed what Western adventure film that follows a 3,000-mile horse race called The Ocean of Fire? Hidalgo. They got it.
Ooh.
With that, 30-31 in favor of the Press Room. Almost like 50-51. 51-50, but not.
Almost.
Take away a bunch of points.
Yeah.
It rhymes. So yeah, Press Room, 30-31. They take it. Wow.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think a lot of people were expecting that.
No. I would classify this as an upset as well.
Oh, for sure.
So, yeah, because, Perry, like I said, it takes her a while for her to get warmed up. But everybody looked at this like, wow, Danger Zone, two former champions. You got the GOAT on one of them, the most strategic player, arguably, as his partner. Mm-hmm. No way they're losing this one. I mean, Josh is a fantastic player, but he ran into like a wall against Nooms and kind of exposed himself in certain areas.
That was a big wall.
So, but anything happens in the Schmoedown. And this match
season is the season of what?
Yeah, like what happened? What? Who's losing? Who's winning? What?
Yeah, the season's been brutal.
Yeah. So yeah, it just came down to that 3-point miss by Ben. Unfortunately, that's all it really came down to.
It was Dan.
Was it Dan? Oh, it was Dan. Sorry.
Yeah. And I know I felt bad because Dan was like, I blew it. And it's
Yeah.
like, Dan,
Yeah.
baby boy, don't do that. Like,
yeah,
it
I mean,
happens.
there are other places like in the first round where they could have made up those points.
Yeah, because
the multiple choice in the second.
yeah, everybody missed stuff in round one. I don't
Yeah.
think anybody got a perfect round.
But it's on face value.
Right?
Yeah, because they went in with a 2-point lead.
Wait, hold
What?
on. No, yeah, ignore me. Nobody got a perfect
Yeah,
round.
nobody got a perfect round.
So yeah, I mean, it's not all Dan's fault.
Yeah.
They could have just not missed a couple questions in round one. It's not Dan's fault. Like
Yeah.
I feel bad when he was like shouldering all that.
Yeah, it's
blame.
But it's hard to ignore or overlook or look past. Sorry, just that miss because like
Yeah,
they went
'cause it
up
was
to-
right there at
it
the
was
end.
right there at the end. They're up 2 going into the last round. If he gets
Yeah.
it, they win it. So, but yeah, I mean, this is. God, it's weird to see these two guys. They got to the finals of the last tournament, and then they couldn't get past corruption again. Because we expect I remember the signing day when they both signed. I was like, oh my god, this is a mammoth.
This is like not even fair.
Yeah, this is a juggernaut of a team. This is a juggernaut of a faction. Like, who is going to beat these guys? And sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles in the Schmoedown. Like,
Yeah.
you just sometimes you get these questions that's like, well, I overlooked that.
Yeah.
So
Question writers be going hard this season.
Yeah, and it happens more often than not in singles and teams because how do you we say it all the time, like, how do you prepare for matches like this, especially when you get to this level?
Don't understand.
So yeah, it's just unfortunate. We all expected them to be contending for the title at one point in this season. They got real close after the first tournament, and they're a match away from the finals in this tournament. But yeah. But as far as the press room goes, wow. I mean, now they go up against
King Arthur.
which is
And that
another
team's
massive
on
test.
fire.
Yes,
So, and prior to Josh's last singles match, he was on fire too. Got a little bit doused in that singles match by Nooms, who
Yes.
now he gets to face him in the finals. So King Arthur's on absolute fire. And now they're going up against Press Room, who has
a good.
we always say momentum. 'Cause
Momentum counts.
They just took down Ben Bateman and Dan Murrell.
Yeah.
Like, that's got to have you feeling real good going into a finals.
Yeah.
So,
But I hope it doesn't. It's not a whole lot of like upset jitters, because you see it in all kinds of sports where like this team will get a massive win over like the number 1 ranked team in the nation, and then the next game it's like they're riding that high and they're like, no, nobody can beat us, and then they get smashed in the next one.
they're not like focused in.
Yeah, they're so focused on what they did last week,
Right.
and then they get to this week and it's like, oh man, look what we just did last week.
I don't
then-
see Perry and Josh as those
Yeah.
kind of people.
I don't see it.
I don't see them feeling like that. I see them taking it completely seriously, like any other match. But no, I understand what you're saying, because that does happen. Where it's like, I'm just gonna. It happened before. It can happen again, right? You know?
Because it happens. We see a lot of these things like this in every tournament of every single year. Perry, not Perry. It was with Stacey Howard. We saw her do it multiple times. With she beat Ellis, and then doesn't perform well in the next match. She beat who else did she beat? Ellis is the one that comes to my case, but she went up against Ellis and then lost to Rachel Cushing in the next round.
Right.
And it wasn't even close either. So it's like we've seen several times this happen to many players.
Yeah.
So hopefully it doesn't happen to them, because got to rep my faction. Got to have my factions back. So,
But yeah, that's gonna be
because can you imagine if they do it again and then it's
a Merck's invitation.
a Merck's Invitational for the team's belt?
That would be
That
wild.
would be wild.
However, King Arthur is a beast of a team.
Yeah.
So that's going to be both. Well, I mean, Perry's not a rookie, but it's essentially 2 rookie teams.
2 rookie teams, yeah.
So it's crazy. It's crazy that you're going to have, if Press Room wins, you're going to have a rookie going for the team's belt. If King Arthur wins, you're going to have 2 rookies going for the team's belt. That's insane. So that's going to be a big match.
Yeah, it is. And as far as Danger Zone goes, Dan's still in the tournament. He's going up against Janine next.
Right.
But unfortunately, it is the end of Bateman's season.
Unfortunately.
And it's-
but, pulling back the curtain, real life might be a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Dude's got he's got a couple other things to focus on right now.
But like we spoke to each other before the season started, like, hey, like, we'd love to be on the same faction again, wherever the cards fall. we'd love to like just get back together and support each other on the same faction. We both talked about like what our expectations were for the season, well, and all that stuff. And I know how badly he wanted to get back to the top of the mountain, especially in teams, because players want to, especially when in singles player, when you compete in teams, if you just need that other teammate that can take you there.
Yeah.
And Dan definitely looked like the player that can take him there.
Of course.
So it's just unfortunate because I know how bad the guy wanted it. I know how much he cares for this sport and how much time and effort he puts into strategy. He's one of the most strategic players I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see what happens next season. But take care of you now, because you got bigger things to worry about with health.
Getting your spine operated on seems pretty important.
Yeah.
So, seems like something you should focus on. But yeah, no, hopefully he's doing okay. And
Yes.
he seems to be. He's looking good in the pictures that he's posting. So I'm hoping he's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, the singles tournament is so large that I can't even tell you if this is a quarterfinal match, maybe.
It might be
I
a
don't know.
quarterfinal. I think we're at the quarterfinals at this point.
We got William the Beast Bibiani of the Mercs going up against Diamond David Del Rio of the Dungeon. Not a rookie, however, feels like a rookie because we just don't see him that often.
This is the most we've seen him ever.
Yeah, it's great. I love him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's had a little heat, surrounding him in his last couple matches and with that trade that
Was curious.
yeah. Round 1.
Curious.
David missed a question about the never-ending story, which we got to hear the wonderful, melodious voices of both Bibbs and David.
Never-ending story.
Amazing. Bibbs, I feel like he has like a good stage voice.
Yeah.
And then David, I was like, okay, I get it. Like both of them, I'm like, get it. I love it. Somebody was like, oh, moment of the year. And also David missed something about Antonio Banderas voicing
Banderas.
Puss in
He
Boots.
said 5, it was 4. I think it's how many times is Antonio Banderas
Right.
voiced Puss in Boots in the Shrek franchise.
It's just such an awkward title, and I hate it.
Puss in Boots.
Ew. And then he also missed something about Oscar nominations for Titanic. Bibbs, however.
The actor.
Bibbs got a perfect round 1 and got the bonus. So by the end of round 1, now it's 5-9 in favor of Mr. Bibiani. Round 2. David spins away from Hitchcock, gets 2010s, wipes the floor with that decade, and gets a perfect round 2. He said, hey, baby. What happened in the 2010s? I mean, was it still like the bad fashion? And I feel like the 2000s was like where it was at.
Yeah.
2010s, now you're getting into familiar territory. So I guess, I don't know. So yeah, he just crushed that decade. And he got a perfect round 2. Bibbs goes. He spins Stephen King, decides to stick with it. He goes to multiple choice only one time and got it. It's now 13-16 in favor of Bibbs. Round 3, 2-pointer for David. Denzel Washington, who directed Denzel in the film Man on Fire. Tony Scott got it. 3-pointer for David. In Boyhood, Mason's father gives him an album for his 13th birthday entitled The Black Album, which was a compilation of solo music by members of what former band? He seemed to be a little bit of a guess, educated guess.
Hey.
Who knows? If you get it right, who cares?
Part of the game.
He got it right. The Beatles. 2-pointer for Bibbs.
You get it right, man.
Exactly. Who cares? 2-pointer for Bibbs. Musicals. In what 2014 movie do the characters of the baker and the baker's wife wish for a child at the beginning of the movie? Into the Woods. I think he said that he was part of that, a theater production of that when he was younger. And I do appreciate that David tried to challenge it, saying it's not fair that he was in a theater production of that. Adorable. 3-pointer for Bibbs. Tom Hanks, America's Uncle Daddy. What Tom Hanks film features supporting performances from Stephen Root, Marlon Wayans, and J.K. Simmons? The Lady Killers. Got it. Down to the fivers. 5-pointer for David, Spy Films. In what 2001 film does a nearly retired CIA operative named Nathan Muir try to free his protege who has been arrested in China for espionage? Spy Game. What a great title for a spy movie. A lot of thought clearly went into that. He got it. 5-pointer for Bibbs, Family Films. Angela Lansbury voices Mayor McGurkle. What a name. In what 2010 animated film, also featuring Kenan Thompson? Proud that I got this one, only because of Kenan Thompson. It was the Grinch. He got it. And with that, 23-26 in favor of William the Beast Bibiani.
Bibiani's going on a run, man.
Moving
Love
on
see it.
to what I can only assume is maybe the semifinals at this
Semis?
point.
Either the semis or the quarters.
I think it's the semis. I don't know. I feel like the winner of his
God,
next
this-
match goes to the finals. Maybe?
Maybe
I
or
don't know.
semis. I don't know.
This tournament's too big.
It's massive. I hope we don't get another tournament because this is grueling for everybody.
Well, I mean, it's great for the fans.
It's great for the
But
fans,
it's gotta
but
be,
like
like, tiring for the
it's got to be
competitors.
tiring for everybody involved, the competitors, the writers, the staff, everybody. Because it's like, come on, man, that's a huge.
Well,
Tournament.
because when you got to keep the wheels turning, you got to keep pumping these matches out. And if you're in a tournament this big and you keep winning, there's not a lot of gap between you filming matches.
yeah,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
I've been in a couple matches in the Star Wars tournament, and
Yeah, not a lot of just very little turnaround time.
between there was 2 matches that I played in this tournament where there was literally 1 week in between filming.
Yeah.
So it's got to be
Yeah, I don't see
competitors,
yeah.
crew. It's got to be a lot.
I don't see them doing this big of a tournament next season. I think they focus a lot on live events next season.
It depends. I don't
So-
know. I think there's going to be a lot of changes coming next season, just because
There's a
transitioning kind of
lot.
away from digital, more into live.
Yeah, because
so
digital lends itself to have this massive tournament because you don't have to, make sure everybody can make it out to the studio and all that jazz and stuff.
yeah,
So
not everybody lives in
it's
LA.
it'd be a shame for fans, like because we don't get all these great matches, and because there's nothing like tournaments. Tournaments are such like you win or you go home, baby. It's not like the NFL, the NBA. It's like win, or we give you 3 more tries. It's you win or you go home.
Oh yeah,
So, yeah, I mean, Bibbs has been on a roll like this, and tournaments have not been the best to him in times. He made the final 2 seasons ago,
do you remember that?
2 or 3 seasons ago against Ben Bateman, which he lost to because he had to compete in that and in the
right.
teams match. So, yeah, but David is good.
David is
He's
a
good.
diamond in the rough.
He's very
no
good.
pun intended,
Like,
but also intended.
yeah, we need to see more of him. I really hope we see more of him because
Yes.
he is transformed into this Paulo Yama, Brendan Meyer type of player where
Yeah.
he is fully aware, like 100% into the gameplay.
Oh, yeah.
And like he looks at the game like he has a strategic in mind for it now. He understands the ins and out. He understands when to check down. He understands because like people will always look at like the Schmoedown and we'll all talk about strategy and it's like how much strategy can go in to a trivia match.
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit. There's so many factors that rattle around in your head, not just don't forget your JTEs.
Right.
Don't forget to go to the multiple choice. There's so many other things that weigh into your success in this league that I think he's starting to wrap his head around.
Yeah.
And he talks the way after every interview he talks like, oh yeah, the first round, the second round, the way he talks about it, I'm like, wow, this guy gets it.
He gets it. He has performed well. Like, sure, yeah, he missed a good little handful in round 1. Sure, it happens to everybody at some point. But like, I love the fact that he's a really good competitor. I feel like people might underestimate him because they don't see him as much. But I feel like at this point he might be
He's starting to show his
break
cards.
through that a little bit,
Yeah.
and people are like, "Oh, yeah, this guy's pretty good." But also, he's got such a charming personality.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And he's just fun to watch. So, I really hope that there's some kind of a place for him on a faction or otherwise next year, because I've really enjoyed watching him play this season. I really like him. He's really funny and he's good.
Yeah, and I would like to see him in a live event.
Yeah,
He's got a lot of charisma on
he's
him.
an actor, isn't
Yeah.
he? Like he would probably do really well.
Yeah. So I like get him back in the studio, get him back to that, interacting with the crowd and playing off the crowd because that's another factor that I haven't had to deal with since my first season.
Right. And you
So-
wonder what would happen different. Would anything happen different if any of these digital matches would have been live? We'll never know, obviously.
Yeah.
Nobody's made a time machine yet, but let me know if you do. Because I'd be going back, baby. But yeah, you wonder. But
wonder.
I mean, we'll find out.
Yeah, there's
next
definitely a
season,
place
kinda.
there's definitely a place for David in this league, and I really hope to see him again.
Me too. But like I've said before, Bib's just out there doing Bib things.
Yeah.
You know, he's just doing his thing.
Yeah, at this
And
point,
he's a
it's-
beast.
yeah.
There's a reason why they call him the Beast.
Yeah, I mean he's already in Spectacular, and he's just trying to punch another like because he's competed in 2 matches in Spectacular once before. Can you imagine if he does it again this season?
That's got to be exhausting.
It does. Yeah.
Got to be absolutely exhausting. But he's a legend. He plays like a legend. So his next match, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's going against the winner of Paige for Betty Griffey
I
Nooms.
think so.
If I'm not mistaken. I think. I don't have the bracket open. I could,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to
We
right now
should-
because I don't feel like it.
Next tournament happens, we should print them out and just put them on the wall.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Just put them like right over there. Like, yeah.
Get a big rolling whiteboard. Courtesy, a little sponsored
We're
by
going
Ben
to
Bateman.
need a bigger studio for that. Let's just
Yeah.
win the lottery and build a bigger studio.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Anyways, so let's go ahead and move on to the next match.
So the next match is a pay-per-view.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's only a oneer. There's no undercard.
Was it a versus?
I don't know the words. I
I
don't
think
know.
it was a versus.
Whichever one has one match and no
It
undercard.
wasn't a throwdown. I don't remember seeing the throwdown logo for this. I think it was a versus.
No idea. But it's not an overcard because there wasn't an undercard. It was just a card. There is an opening scene.
Ooh,
There's
yeah.
a little cut scene. You know what I'm saying, ladies? We have Christian Harloff and John Roca. Christian was just kind of like talking to himself, you know, whatever, hanging out, just vibing. And then Roca cuts in. And he's kind of full Roca mode.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Love Roca.
give me my match is spectacular. Bah, 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 one more ride. Bah, 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 bah. And like Christian keeps hanging up on
I
him.
love this gig. This bit. This bit was hilarious.
And Roca was like, he said something
Can't
about,
get rid of me, son.
You can't get rid of me. He talked to somebody in like IT, and he's like, you can't get rid of me.
I like every time he came back, he's like, boom, you can't get rid of me.
I did enjoy that. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, it was just a lot of Roca just being Roca. Give me my match. One last ride. I deserve it. Blah, 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 blah,
Help you
blah.
build this thing from the ground up.
Which, you know what?
I mean,
It's John Roca.
It's John
It's John
effing Roca. Come on
effing
now.
Roca. And he has done loads
He's
for
done
this league.
so much for the league, not just competing, being a top competitor, but like
Character-wise,
he
blazing
is-
a trail for heels.
I think arguably not even like he is the first true character of the Schmoedown.
Oh, yeah.
Because like he was doing things like back when it was in like very like early stages of the Schmoedown, like when they started doing it at Collider, he was doing a lot of like heel work and stuff. People were like, "What are you doing? I don't get what you're doing."
Yeah.
And they just kept at it, and it evolved. Because of that, it evolved into what it is now, where we have heels all over the place and different types of heels. So I mean, he's got a point. Like one last ride, he deserves that one last ride.
Yeah. And so while we don't know who it's going to be, I know a lot of people have their guesses. I feel like I saw
gotta
some
be-
people
it's
that
gotta
were
be-
like,
yeah.
"Oh, somebody was like, "Oh, I think it's going to be Sam Levine."
Levine.
And then I saw somebody else who was like, "Oh, I think it's going to be Dan," which, you know,
At this point, I don't.
some
Yeah.
matchups make sense
Yeah.
because, you know, what you were saying, like it's got to be somebody where there's maybe like bad blood.
There's got to be history.
There's got to be history.
There's
Yeah,
gotta be
you're not going to
mad-
give him some random person for
No,
no reason. There's got to be a reason.
There's got to be mad history.
It's got to be
between the
history.
two.
So there's a couple people out there that Roca has history with. Man's been around in the Schmoedown for like 100 years.
Since the beginnings.
He's
yeah.
got a couple people that would be like, yeah, that makes sense for
Yeah.
this reason. That makes sense for that reason.
Yeah, and there are a couple of people that he's had beef with before. People are like, "Oh, bring up Manson's." Like, nah, we don't want to. No, we don't let that be his last match. Yeah, they have a fun rivalry, but that hasn't been a thing
Yeah.
in several seasons.
People talked about Snyder. Maybe he'll come back for a match.
that could be something.
That'd be a lot of fun. I don't know if he has a thing with
Bateman,
Andrake. Oh,
Bateman could be another one.
could be. You know,
So
put
there's-
him against Bobby Gucci. Put them in a Rocky match.
Ooh,
Does Roca like Rocky?
Yeah, I
think.
believe so. But yeah, if he gets this match at Spectacular, it has to make sense for story. It
Yeah.
has to make sense to the Outlaw story. It can't
Exactly.
just be like, here's this rookie, somebody that you only faced once.
Yeah.
Or like, because like I'll give him Collins. It's like, I mean,
They don't have like a
that's
huge
not that-
history.
It's like, yeah, it'd be great to
He's
see.
got a bone to pick with him probably a little bit,
But,
but
like we need somebody that's been real like
Yeah.
critical to the Outlaw story.
if we're talking about John the Outlaw Roca retiring, there's got to be some build up to it,
someday.
which is why I'm like, oh no, the promo for some of these
Yeah.
potential matchups, because you're going to be probably putting him up against somebody else who has been in this game for many years, and you got a lot of footage on.
Yeah.
So can you imagine any one of these names that have been coming up in people's guesses? The promos have the potential to be epic. I don't know what's going to happen. As far as promos are concerned,
We'll see.
I don't know, but we'll see. But it is, I think Harloff was like, I think he said something to the effect of like, well, I'm not saying yes, but I'm not saying no.
Yeah, we'll
or
see.
something to that effect. It was kind of like a, well, we'll see. Okay, whatever. And disconnected him once and for all. And so that was that.
Yeah.
Not the end of that little feud.
We'll see.
I
We'll
am
see what happens.
very certain. I think there's going to be much more. Oh my God. And I also took a note.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I also took a note that he said that he and Harloff went to school together and they were hanging and banging for 20 years.
Kids show, Roka. Roka. Language.
We hanged and banged for 20 years. That's hilarious. I can't wait to incorporate that phrase into my...
I would love to see Roka and Harloff in their heyday, like in college.
Hanging and banging.
Just hanging and banging. I would love to see that. Just
wait
I
to
want to be a
see
fly
that.
on the wall.
I'm going to add
for
that
those
phrase
parties.
to my vernacular so I can say it more often. Can't wait. Hanging and banging since 1996.
Hanging and banging. Eating all since 1997.
Oh my God.
You remember that?
Yes. Okay, Andrew just made a reference to a stand-up special from Matt Bronger called Big Dumb Animal.
Big Dumb Animal, yeah. So you know what?
I think it's on Amazon Prime.
It might be
at this point.
I think it might be Amazon Prime, but you can definitely see it on Comedy Central website. That's the last time I saw that. I had to go there to watch it because I was itching
Yeah.
to watch it. It's so hilarious.
We would quote what you're trying to quote,
But we can't.
There's words in it that you're not supposed to say on Schmoedown content.
Bunch of no words.
So funny though. Watch that stand up. It's hilarious. And then you'll know what we're talking
Whenever we go do the over, that's from that.
over the top. Okay, so we gotta get into this match.
we gotta get into the
No
to
more
the
procrastinating.
The main card of this.
The only card.
pay-per-view.
It's not an overcard, not an undercard. It's the only card.
It's the card.
It's just the card.
We need to make overcard shirts.
That'd be funny. Okay. We got the Star Wars finals. I can't believe we're even talking about this.
Who's in it? Who's in it?
Oh, God. We got Gold Leader of the Finstock Exchange versus me of the usual suspects. Nicki Dimalanta. I will never not be funny
Never
that
be
that's my
old.
nickname.
Never get old.
I will never not be funny. It's hilarious. I thought that there would maybe be some sort of alliteration.
Yeah.
Something starting with an N or something starting with a
Nicki
D.
the Nightmare.
Or Huntress or something like that. But the fact that it's Dimmy, I just laugh
How could it not be?
every time I hear somebody
How
say
could
it.
it not be? Everybody in the community knows you as Dimmy.
Hilarious. I'll never get over it. Okay, we got ourselves a 5-rounder.
Buckle in,
Buckle
kids.
in, everybody, because it's going to be a bumpy ride.
Oh, it most certainly was.
Okay, round 1. We both missed a question about who played Sefton Vonik. Of course. Because
course.
Why?
Know the character.
I know the character. I know who you're talking about, but I did not know who played him, obviously. And neither did he, so that works out if you're
Cheering for you.
cheering for me. So yeah, who played Sefton Vonik? Both missed it. We also both missed a question about the last thing that Asajj Ventress says to Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars.
Jedi scum.
Jedi scum.
She hits her Fitbit.
Her little Fitbit, her little Sith Fitbit. No, my brain was just like, nope, this is not happening for you right now.
Yeah.
So he got the line that
Like
came
John
right
Cena on you?
before it. John Cena.
You can't see. No. All right. Ignore it. Ignore it.
Don't get that.
I get a lot of wrestling stuff on my TikTok for some reason.
Don't know why.
Don't know why.
You haven't watched wrestling in
Decades.
Like since the Hardy Boys were a thing.
Yeah.
Triple H doing his, it's been a
Yeah.
long time. Anyways, we both missed it. What are you going to do? Then Gold Leader missed a question about who played Melshi in Rogue One. It was Mr. Duncan Powell. And then I had a miss that was so silly and I shouldn't have missed it. But what are you
Yeah.
going to do?
Should use a repeat.
Things happen. I probably should have used a repeat.
Yeah.
Because quite literally, I was watching Empire not too long before this match happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember watching that scene and I was like, that's a good line. I should take note of that. Clearly, I didn't take enough note of it. Because I was like, ooh, that's a good one. And I bet they're going to ask it. And my brain was just like, I'll give you the first 2 letters. But after that, you're on your own, dummy. So I probably should have used a repeat, but
You
it
think
is
you would
what
have
it
gotten there
is.
if you had a repeat?
I don't know. I feel like this is the kind of question that had you asked me in any other setting that wasn't a Schmoedown match with pressure. If I was just like laying on the couch, regular day, who cares? I would have been like, yeah, duh, commitment.
Yeah.
But in this very moment, my brain was like, nope, sorry.
What did you say? You said
I said concentration.
I mean, you're not
Because I got the first two letters, and I knew
he
that I was
kinda
like, I was
says
getting
that.
there.
I see why you did it because he kind of says, the next line of it kind of has a spirit of concentration, but
Kind of. It
Eh.
just wasn't happening for me right then and there, which, it's whatever. Who cares? It's not like I was disappointed in myself. It's not like I shouldn't have missed it, but whatever. We'll move past it. 7-7. Just ignore it, everybody. Jesus. 7-7 at the end of round 1. Oh boy.
Oof.
Round 2.
no perfect rounds. Oof.
I go first and I spin force. I thought it was hilarious. Not in the moment because
Yeah.
I'm very indecisive. But I did think it was funny. I watched this match and I forgot to close out the live chat, which I usually do because it usually just brings me nothing but upsetting pain watching your matches.
Yeah.
But I didn't close it out, and I did see Ty Lieberman in the chat, and he was like, "Oh, Dimmy only watches The Force Awakens," and he was like, "She's played in 4 matches, but somehow spun The Force Awakens 14 times." I'm like, "Yeah, you're not wrong."
It's curious because like all but one match you've taken Force in the second round.
Well, I didn't spin it in literally every match. I think my first match I got spinner's choice, and I think I took it,
You took it, and then-
voluntarily, and then I started spinning it in the
Yeah.
other 3 matches. Right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. All but one match this season, you've always had Force Awakens in your second round. And one with Alex, you took Rogue One,
Right.
killed it. So
Because I'm like, I can't do this 3 times in a row.
yeah,
But on this day, I don't know.
just spoke to you.
It just was like,
Force was telling
I
you,
don't know,
take
just
it. The Force
stick
was
with it.
awoken in you.
and Sam was kind of like, hey man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I'm like, yeah, I heard that. So I don't know. In that moment, I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever. Let's just get this over with. We've been talking about it for like an hour. It felt. So I stuck with it. It worked. I got a perfect round 2. That's cool.
Yeah,
Gold leader goes. He spins Rise, takes a fraction of the time to make that decision to stick with it. But he went to multiple choice twice. His first multiple choice was about Mandeep Dillon playing which lieutenant. What a question.
wow.
What a question. So he did go to multiple choice. He missed it. I did steal it. It was Lieutenant Garen. Garen, however you want to say it. And then the very next question was, who plays Balava Parnathy? Which is crazy coincidence because Parnathy's name came up in the first multiple choice question as one of the options.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of funny how things work. But yeah, who plays Balava Parnathy? He did miss it, and I did steal it. It was Tanya Moody. He swept the rest of the round, though.
Yeah.
So by the end of round 2, it was 13-19 in favor of me. It will never not be awkward to talk about myself. Round 3, the betting round. There's been people, I've seen people discussing my decision in this round, and I stand by it, and I don't care. I bet 2, he bet 3. I talked with Sam before this match. We had a quick little phone convo before this match, and I told him, like, hey man, there's not a lot of situations where I don't bet 3. It's Star Wars. The consensus seems to be bet 3 or go home.
Yeah,
kind of
go
thing.
big or go home.
Normally I am one to cave to peer pressure. But I'm like, I told him, like I said, not a lot of situations where I don't bet 3. There's like one situation where I don't bet 3. And it's what happened here.
Yeah. You had the room.
I had the room. I had the opportunity to be a little bit conservative if I wanted to. And in that moment, it just felt right.
Yeah. And it worked.
So I did.
Yeah, it worked out in your favor. Because
I don't need to go into very detailed specifics because, you don't need to lay out all your cards on the table and tell people what you're thinking, what's going on in your brain. But I think I made the right choice. I think it was a smart
It's a smart
I was
strategic-
trying to be strategic.
Yeah.
I was trying to be smart, trying to play smart.
You want
And it worked.
You want to end the match in the best outcome possible.
Yeah.
And doing it this way, it was more odds that it would turn in your favor, regardless of how the question went.
Yeah. Because I know there are some people like, it's Star Wars. You just always bet 3. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. I'd rather be safe and win the match than to blow it all on a question and have it go poorly, and now you gave up all those points.
Exactly. And people always like to bring up the fact that Dan Murrell bet 3 in a match, or bet 0 in a match and won.
Still won, yeah.
So it's like, you don't have to bet. You don't have to balls to the wall bet 3 every time just to like flex on everybody. I'd rather win.
Yeah, flex with
than
the win.
Flex in one round.
Yeah.
You know? So whatever. I don't care. I don't give a what anybody says. I bet 2. Get over it. So I bet 2. He bet 3. We both got it. It was Return of the Jedi. 300 hours. I mean,
waiting for that
after
question.
I heard the question, I was like, I wish I did bet 3.
There were several questions in this match. I'm like, I'm waiting for that question.
It's been happening a lot lately.
Yeah.
So by the end of round 3, it's now 16-21 in favor of Demi. Round 4, the speed round. Not too much to talk about here because we both got a perfect round in the speed round.
I'm going to talk about the speed round. Tell me.
Okay.
Trust me. Well, no. After the recap.
Okay.
After.
So 26-31 in favor of Demi at the end of round 4. Round 5. 2-pointer for Gold Leader. Star Wars quotes. In Revenge of the Sith, what is the last thing Yoda says to Tarful and Chewbacca? Miss you, I will. Got it. 3-pointer for Gold Leader. Empire. Who are the first rebel pilot and gunner to bring down an AT-AT during the Battle of Hoth?
Best pilot in the galaxy, baby.
Wedge Antilles.
Wedge Antilles and his faithful gunner, Wes Jansen.
Got it. 2-pointer for me. Back to return. What weapons did the Ewoks use to fire large stones at Imperial Scout Walkers? I was like, is this a trick?
Yeah. Catapult, right?
I mean, they're catapults. I'm not aware of some space name for them.
Yeah.
But
They're primitive life forms. They use catapults.
luckily, that's what they were looking for.
Because I like your answer, like, catapults? Question mark? I'm Ron Burgundy.
It worked. I'm Ron Burgundy. 5-pointer for Gold Leader. Star Wars Underworld. What is the model of... I wrote blaster and it auto-corrected to laughter.
Oh.
Model of blaster that Jango Fett dual wields in Attack of the Clones.
Great question.
West Star 34. So
Another one. Another one. I was like, this has been my notes forever.
Yeah, I can't
When are they
believe
going to ask it to me?
it took this long.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you never know.
Get the hand that you're dealt.
Funny how. 3-pointer for me, Attack of the Clones. Who plays Kleeglars in Attack of the Clones?
Kleeglars.
Gotta tell you, I had another name in my head. Another actor name in my head that I almost couldn't shake. Like when I rewatched the match, I'm like, wow, I got there much faster than I thought that I did in the moment.
Yeah.
Like I thought that I was down to the wire. Because in my head, I'm like, I can't get this person's name out of my head and I know it's not this person. Like, so that was a little scary for a minute, but luckily my brain gave it to me that time. Jack Thompson, got it. 5-pointer for me. The Clone Wars. I'm like, ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, how spicy.
Clone Wars and a chance to go to Spectacular. We've never seen that happen.
Never
to,
seen that
Dimalanta
before. Yeah, that's what I thought of. I'm like, oh, how fitting.
Yeah.
Anyways, this question was about a mile long.
Yeah.
In the Clone Wars, Mace Windu and Yoda are trying to contact Obi-Wan. Admiral Yularen responded by saying they cannot reach him, and he gives 2 reasons as to why this might be. Rebooting their communication system or what else? A solar storm. I did get it somehow. This happened. 36-41 in favor of me.
We're going to Spectacular. At least one of us gets to go to Spectacular.
I can't. Like I can't. I can't.
I remember waiting for, scrolling TikTok for at least 3. It felt like 3 hours, because that's how I dealt with the stress of like.
There was a little bit of a delay in this match, so
Yeah.
yes, it took a little bit longer than usual.
Because like you said, I was weird that day because I was like so nervous. It's like I don't want to say anything. I don't want to jinx anything because we're so believe superstition. I'm like, I'm just gonna let the day be the day, and all day I was nervous. And then you open the door and you go, Andrew. I'm like, oh
yeah, like called for you.
You called for me. I was like, oh god, she lost. Because Gold Leader's been on fire. He's an amazing competitor. It's like
Yeah.
she lost. I mean, what are you gonna do? We've worked so hard for it, and you're like, we got to book a flight to LA. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. Because I'm not gonna lie, I went into this match and I was like, he's gonna win this. Like, who are we trying to kid here? Like, if there was a poll I probably would have voted for him.
Yeah.
So
He was on fire. He had the highest accuracy rate in the entire division this entire season.
yeah.
So
Yeah. No, he was scary. I was sweating. Like, I didn't even stop sweating from the match against Alex. Like,
Yeah.
I just kept on sweating, like buckets. And so, yeah, I was almost a hair less nervous for this match.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say hair, it's very small.
Mm-hmm.
But it was still like a hint less nervous because I went into this match like,
what do you got to lose?
what do I have to lose?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Not that, I mean, how do I say this without sounding weird? Like, I went into this match like, because I went into the Alex match where I was like, nah, he's probably gonna take this.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be really cool if I do it,
Mm-hmm.
but he's probably gonna take this. And then that happened. And then going into this one, I was like, no, he's definitely gonna take this. Like, and I'm not even sure if it would be cool if I won because that means I have to do other stuff. But I went into this match like, you know, I'm a little bit less nervous because if I lose, whatever, you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was once round 2 happened, that was obviously the turning point. And but also it was kind of like, it's still a 5-rounder. There's still the betting round. That could be a
huge factor.
killer. You've also got the speed round. That can swing a lot of things.
And might I say, that speed round, your fast money round, was the best I've seen out of anybody this entire season. This entire season, it's including people that are fast on the buzzers like Mike Kalinowski. You had the best fast money round I've ever seen.
Wow.
Because there were 3 times you're like, it's this. You didn't even wait for the question. Because everybody that's played in fast money, myself included, has waited for the question to finish to be sure that we knew it.
Well, that's probably the smart thing to do.
But you were like, no, I heard all the information I need to know. It's this. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, yeah, that was that. So
Well, the first question, if I'm not mistaken, the first question was about how many cruisers Mace Windu was requesting from Admiral Wirtz. And I answered it before he finished. And I remember, I feel like I looked up at the screen, like, uh-oh, am I not supposed to do that?
it's fast money.
Yeah, but I was also like, oh no, it's the first question. They don't start the clock until the first question's finished being read. And I was like, oh no, did I do something bad? Am I supposed to? But I mean, Mark's a pro, so he kept on going.
You played that speed. This is your first speed round, first fast money round, and you played it brilliantly. It was not even you had 18 seconds left on the clock.
Something like
that was unreal.
I mean, Gold Leader wasn't too far off. He had a lot of time left too. He did really well.
No, but like on face value, you put your guys' fast money back to back, in which we get to see it back to back. Yours was, well, it was like, whoa, what happened? What, it's over already? Because it went so fast.
It did.
It went so fast.
It was scary.
That was really freaking impressive how
scary.
you handled yourself in that speed round. Because the speed round can definitely break people if they're not used to it. And I don't know what it was. You were just so quick to the trigger. It was ridiculous.
I don't know. But it was scary because it's like I let him go first. So I'm like sitting in another room stewing awkwardly.
Yeah, that wait for it's like
that awkward, like I know I'm in a room with somebody, but we're not talking to each other. Like really awkward. And then they bring you back in, and it's like I forget what they even asked me as a test question. I don't even remember.
Yeah, they didn't have it.
They cut a lot of stuff out.
Yeah.
But I remember feeling like, oh my God, we're starting already. Like, oh no. So yeah, no, it was really scary, but it worked out well.
Yeah.
Like it worked out well. Obviously when it was done, I felt real good, and I was like, I know, I think I did it. I think I got
No, that
all
was,
of them.
I remember you telling me you came out of the speed round like that felt real
Like
freaking
I think
good.
I crushed it.
Yeah,
like it felt
you
really
did.
good.
And you did. That was like the biggest thing I took away from this match was like that speed round.
It felt good.
Wow.
It felt good.
That was great. And like back to back, this year you have to be nominated for 2 upsets. You have to, because it's like, yeah, she got by Alex. It's like it was one thing. It's like, oh, Alex is a little rusty. You know, he's not at the top form he used to be. But I still think that's one of the upsets of the year. This one, it's like, well, now she's going up against somebody that was in the last finals and was one question away from sudden death.
Yeah,
and he's the best accuracy rate in the division. He's on fire. He's going. It was another one where not a lot of people had you in the polls for this one.
I don't blame him. He's really good.
You're gonna get nominated for 2 upsets of the year.
I don't know.
And I think, arguably, I could see people saying this is the bigger upset. I can definitely see people saying that.
I could see it. I could see it. With no disrespect to Alex.
Yeah.
But like I could see that because he was just like, Gold Leader's on fire. Mm-hmm. And he's still scary. Mm-hmm. Like he's real good.
Yeah. I mean, it's a matter of time before he gets, because, you know, it's a matter of time. It's another one of these players. It's just a matter of time before he plays for that belt.
Oh, for sure.
He's been close so many times. I know how it feels. I know how it feels to be that close again.
Yeah.
Twice in one season. You're so close.
Yeah. And we all need to see Harper Gold Leader too.
Yeah.
Like we have
to see
at
it
some point.
Yeah.
And I would love for it to be live one day. Like,
oh man,
I know that match is going to happen one day. There's no way it doesn't. But yeah, I don't even know what to say.
Like, regardless of how spectacular it goes, you've made history this season. You're the second female to have won any tournament in any shape in any division.
That's wild.
You're the first female to win a Star Wars tournament. You're the first female to go 4-0 in the division.
Yeah.
You've made so much history. I'd like to make it even more history. And I'm just so, oh my God, this is, we taped it early, so we've been keeping it from our friends for so long. It's like, I just want to scream this to the world. It's like, we get to go to LA. We get to go to Spectacular. This isn't how I wanted to go Spectacular, but had it meant that you get to go as well, for you, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. At least one of us gets to go.
Yeah. I still.
So.
And it is crazy that Amber brought up the fact that every title match for Star Wars this season has involved or will involve a Dimalanta. Well, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's fun. That's a fun little tidbit. If you're keeping track of other trivia, Schmoedown trivia. But yeah, no, I'm still kind of in shock. And it's less than a month away, so that's really terrifying.
I get to be there for you. I get to be there for my guys. I'm so incredibly happy.
Yeah, we're gonna get to meet a lot of people that we've been meaning to meet for a long time.
Get to see a lot of people that we haven't seen in a while.
Because had this not happened, we weren't gonna go to Spectacular.
Yeah, we weren't gonna go. So
the fact that this happened is like,
now we have to go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why my 5-pointer, because
I know you have to talk about your 5-pointer.
There's probably people out there that okay. So what happened? What happened is that when they asked that question, when they started talking about trying to reach Obi-Wan, Yularen, as soon as they said
the
two things, I just kind of put my head down and I'm like, I know exactly what they're gonna ask. Okay, I don't know exactly what they're gonna ask, but I know where they're going. I do know that they're either gonna ask me to name both things, or they're gonna just give me one and ask me to name the other. In any of those cases, it's like, oh my God, I know this answer.
I'm going to Spectacular. It's basically running through your head right now. It's like,
yeah.
That's it.
So I just kind of put my head down. I'm like, oh my God, I know this answer, like without a doubt. I know this answer. And my brain starts going, okay, well, if you say this answer, you win this match. You just won the finals somehow. For some reason, you're going to go to Spectacular, and it's going to be for the belt, and it's going to be against Harper. And so my brain is like, what? So I'm like freaking out inside my head. And then I just kind of was like, wait a minute, match isn't over. You haven't said the answer yet. So I was like, give me a JTE, because, I was like, let me also not jump the gun. I have all 3 of my JTEs left. So I'm like, give me a JTE, because I have not been thinking about this question for the last 15 seconds. I've been freaking out.
Spectacular. Oh my God.
I'm like, give me a JTE so I can actually check myself before I wreck myself. And
because you didn't want to confuse it with something else.
I want to confuse it. There is something else that I think it could easily be confused with, and I was like, let me just make sure I'm not doing that. So I thought about it, and I'm like, nope, yep, this is it. So it was Solar Storm, and I still can't.
I'm so incredibly proud of you.
Thank you.
You've done multiple things that I haven't been able to do. Go undefeated in my rookie season. Win a tournament. Go to Spectacular. I haven't done any of those things.
Yeah. But the only reason I've been able to do this is because of preparing with you.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like we've both put in this work.
Yeah.
we've both done the things that qualify you to get to that
A win
point.
for A. Dimalanta is a win for House Dimalanta.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a thing.
House Dimalanta.
Can we get somebody to make a banner?
Make a
Yeah,
shirt.
Like a shirt. We can like make it a shirt.
Game of Thrones style.
Yeah.
But with like Star Wars logos. Like a rebel symbol.
Because I don't have the artistic mind for that.
I sure don't.
Please, somebody.
That'd be real cool.
We'll make a TikTok out of it. Look at banner, Michael.
Look at banner, Michael. Yeah, no, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm going on I've had a number of after shows reach out to me, so I know I'm gonna have to talk about this more.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what to say because I know that there's gonna be people asking me like more questions about it. So, and also I feel bad like saying the same thing on my. I'm like, I'll just answer whatever questions they have, and I'm sure that people will watch that and fill in the blanks because I don't know what to say. I'm still
processing.
in shock. I'm still processing it. I can't believe this happened. Clearly, by my reaction.
I've watched your reaction to winning this match like a million times already. I was like, because
I don't know, man. Like I thought that my odds for winning this match was like,
I mean, I don't blame
5%?
you. I don't blame you. Like to go up against a competitor like Gold Leader is phenomenal.
Scary.
Like just to get to that level it's hard. It's hard to get to that level.
Yeah. And also, one thing that I am disappointed about is that, since there was no promo to this match,
that's right.
I had leftover face paint from the Ahsoka promo, and I was like, well, what am I going to do with this?
Maybe we'll post it on Twitter.
I painted my face again, but nobody got to see it.
We'll at least. Well, do we want to post a video? I don't know if that will be crossing lines or something. We'll see. We'll message a couple people because I want people to see it because we had a lot of fun filming this one too.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
We had some cool zingers.
I painted my face again, more.
Yeah.
This time. So
we had some really cool zingers that could have been used in promos.
Oh my god.
I'm at least happy that we got the Ahsoka one out there.
Oh, me too.
That one I enjoyed more. But
I think I like that one more.
I like the effect that the Ahsoka paint left on the promo.
Yeah.
But I like the zingers in the Amidala.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like they were like super zingers because I'm not like a bad guy.
Yeah.
Although, if I was a bad guy, there was something that I ran by you that I'm like, is this too harsh?
I was like, yes.
And you're like, yeah, it is.
Yes, that is not. That is then no. That's not something
the
the face
kind of
does.
player you are.
No.
But if I was a heel, that would have been so good of a promo. But yeah, no, I painted my face. Maybe we'll take a screenshot and we could tweet it out or something.
Yeah.
Because I want people to see it. If I had to do it, then people should have to see it.
Yeah, we'll take a screen. I'll take a screen grab it and you can tweet it out. It's
Something.
Like, this is what
Maybe we'll do a little snippet of it or something.
Yeah, maybe we'll cut out the lines that we had because they're such good zingers. They were like,
I don't know. I think singers.
I think they're good for they were really fitting for a promo.
Okay,
So
they're not singers.
They're not like trash talk singers, but I think they're like because Nerd Karnak would always he told me how he would like structure things. He would always look for like
one-liners,
to hang like emphasis on the promos, and those were some good ones.
Yeah,
it's like I can totally see him cutting around that.
What are you gonna do? We'll tweet it or something.
Yeah, we'll probably clip it out and tweet it and make sure we can do it first. But yeah, we'll message people.
And if anybody's looking for a Schmoedown editor, I know a guy who does editing and also knows the Schmoedown really well. Who knows?
Who knows?
Probably not, but who knows?
Time zones might be weird, but
maybe
we'll see.
You don't need to be in the same time zone to use the internet.
I work remotely for all my clients. So
yeah. So yeah, this match was wild. I still can't believe it. Gold Leader is fantastic.
Oh yeah, no, it's just a matter of time before he finds himself in this position again. It might be very short.
Yeah.
Before he sees himself in a number one contender match again.
And I think there's no doubt that he'll stick with the Exchange next year because he fits so well.
If there's one place for him, it's the Exchange.
Perfect. It's perfect, that matchup. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm
just a loss for words.
Yeah, still
I
I don't even know. It's going to be a good thing to be on another show where they have people like prompting me to say things, because if it's all left to my own devices, I'm going to be like,
Yeah.
What?
I'm just so excited that we get to go spectacular now.
Yeah. And tomorrow or today, the day that this is being premiered, I'm going to get my my booster. So hopefully it doesn't take me out too hard, because I'm like, if we're going to be going on a plane and seeing people, I should probably get a booster, huh?
Yeah. I have to wait a bit because 6 months or something like that.
You got to wait like one more week.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
We'll get there.
But I got to make sure I'm protected.
Can't wait to see everybody, because if you're a competitor that's already in LA or you're coming in, I cannot wait to see everybody. It's been so long since we've seen these people and interacted with them in person.
Yeah, it was the draft that you got drafted to the exchange.
Yeah.
Was the last time that we saw people in person. So yeah, it's gonna be really
wild.
exciting to see people we haven't seen in a couple of years, to meet people that we've only ever met online.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really exciting to actually like see people in IRL. In IRL.
Yeah.
So yeah, really excited. Can't wait.
It's
But
gonna be
also
great.
I can, because oh my God. So
So you get to go for the title, to follow in many competitors' footsteps.
oh my God.
Do them proud.
I haven't been on stage in
Years, yeah.
many years, and it's never been for Star Wars. So we'll see how it goes.
All right. Well, that was the pay-per-view. That was the tournament final.
Pay-per-view.
What a final. That was wild.
It was.
That was wild. I mean, it was like your last two matches. Like, again, you squeaked by Ross,
Absolutely.
but then the next two were just like, it wasn't even close. Like, that second round was so pivotal for you.
Was.
Like
if you had done something else or gotten a different set of Rise questions,
who knows what would happen?
Who knows? Because rounds 3, 4, and 5, neither of us missed anything. So who knows what would have happened?
Yeah.
And God help us if that match had gotten a sudden death. So yeah, and that's the thing. Had I missed my 5, it's not like I would have lost. We would just gone a sudden death. That's
Yeah.
scary. So
Yeah, there's so many different like ways this could have shaped out, but like,
yeah,
glad it shaped out this way.
me too. I guess.
Anyways, this week's matches.
Oh right. All right.
Go
Let's
ahead
see
and
what we
see
got.
what we got coming up.
Let's see. Because it's already approaching mid-November somehow. On Wednesday, November 10th, we have, the Boston Badass.
Ooh.
Paige for Betty of the Usual Suspects versus, let's go down and then up first.
Downtown
Griffey Nooms of the Finstock Exchange in the singles tournament quarterfinals.
Ooh.
Then, on Thursday, November 11th, we have Brennan the Kid Meyer of the Quirky Mercs versus the Barbarian of the Finstock Exchange. Another singles tournament quarterfinals match. Then, on Friday, November 12th, we have Dangerous Dan Murrell of the Dungeon versus Janine the Machine of the Stars.
Fantastic.
Yet another singles tournament quarterfinals match. Also on Friday, November 12th, we have the teams tournament final.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Quick, right? Wowie.
So it doesn't actually say the teams on the site, but I'm guessing that's just because, developments have just happened, but now we know it is going to be, right? The press room of the Mercs versus King Arthur of the Finstock Exchange.
Can we make it a
So-
Shazam? Can we make it a Quirky Mercs Invitational for the team spelled?
That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be so
great.
funny.
Like, who do I walk out?
Both? No,
No,
you
I
can't.
can't.
You can't run back like
Can't.
a weirdo.
All right, guys.
It would be
I mean,
quirky.
I would have to walk out Shazam. I love both my teams, but I'd have Brendan and Bibbs have been so supportive, and especially Bibbs.
Oh my God.
So
Words cannot explain.
yeah,
But yeah, no, that'd be wild. Either outcome. Mercs get it. Mercs Invitational. What?
yeah.
King Arthur gets it. 2 fresh-faced rookies going up against 2 veterans of the game.
No, Josh is his rookie season.
I'm talking about King Arthur.
King Arthur.
2 fresh-faced rookies.
Yeah, but
I already moved on from the press room.
oh,
I said that'd be wild if it was the Mercs
oh,
Invitational.
oh, yeah.
He doesn't listen to me. This is marriage, everybody.
Yes, this is marriage.
This is how marriage works. You don't listen to each other. But yeah, if the Mercs win, Mercs Invitational, crazy. If King Arthur gets it,
Yeah.
wild that 2 rookies
Yeah,
will be
that would
going
be
up against 2 veterans of the
insane.
game. That would be crazy. And also, there's just something about King Arthur. Like they are.
Yeah.
I mean, if they can take a match like that in the hotel lobby of wherever they were,
Yeah, that's gonna be. That's
and
gonna be one to watch.
imagine like Either outcome, Horowitz, and I think Perry for that matter, comfortable on stage.
Yeah.
And then you got King Arthur. I don't know how Khan feels about being on stage, but you got Griffey Nooms, who lives to be in front of people and perform. So it's gonna be really something special. Either way, just in different ways, depending on the outcome. So
we'll see.
I didn't realize we were getting that match this week. So
yeah, me neither. It's gonna be exciting. So
very exciting. So
let me clear my throat before this. Ultimate Schmoedown Star Wars Tournament winner and number 1 contender for the Star Wars title, Nicki Dimalanta. Where can they find you online?
What? You could find me on Twitter at Dimmy, DIMMMYYY.
As for me, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Drew Dimalanta, on TikTok at Rogue Leader Drew. I said it on Rad. If I get to 5,000, I will do a TikTok video of me attempting to do the Turk poison dance. I will attempt to.
I must
warn you. Yes, people know it as the Fortnite dance. Pay that man respect. It's the Turk poison dance. It is not.
Get out of my face if you call it the Fortnite dance.
Yeah.
That's just like somebody who would call this a hashtag instead of a pound sign. Get out of my face.
Yeah. So if you
must be the boomer in me.
So if I get to if I get to 5,000, I'll attempt to do that dance on a TikTok. Thanking everybody for following me. So head over to TikTok at
got a little ways to go, but you never
loving
know.
the platform. I've been posting like mad crazy. I love it. Anyways, if you're listening, if you listening to this on audio form, please follow the feed and rate us.
If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner. See when we do things on YouTube.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. We'll see you next time.